Akash Shinty, the real reflection of you, hiking out and about in the woods on the daily hike. You know, one thing I've been thinking about, I was listening to, I think it might have been Rick Rubin, and I don't remember who else. There was a couple videos that I was listening to of some of these guys, some very well-known creatives, and one of the things that they've talked about, I think it was Aaron Sorkin as well, is having like a very rote routine for creativity, and how in doing the same thing day in, day out, over and over again, there's a creativity it allows them to be more creative. And it seems a little counterintuitive to me, in the sense of like, well, of my own, I would expect that if you're doing a bunch of different things all these different days and so on and so forth, it allows you to be more creative. But they talked about how it's like in this discipline or routine of a day that it allows them to be more creative, because they're not making so many decisions on their specific day, but and what it is. There's not so many decisions being made. Rather, the decisions are able to be made on the work itself. I think Mark Zuckerberg may have said something similar of or Steve Jobs. I don't know, one of these tech guys too, something similar of they would wear the same thing every day. And the reason why is it's just one less decision to make in a day where they're making thousands of decisions, Making a decision, it's not difficult, but it's also not easy, because once you make it, you're stuck with the consequences of it, right? And that's why being an executive isn't the most easy thing to do in the world, because all of a sudden, whatever your decision is, you're stuck with the consequences of it. And so knowing what to do, knowing what to decide on is, it's not easy. So I don't know, these are things that I'm reading, researching, learning about, listening to, etc. And simply just, I don't know, taking it in and applying it to the best of my ability. It's really interesting because as I begin writing, or as I am writing now, I should say, it's helping me with acting as well. Just like when I was producing, or I guess I'm currently producing as well right now, it helps me with acting. And at the core, truly, my goal, or I don't know, I want to do the acting thing, being an independent actor. That's one of the major aims, and I'm doing it. I'm literally living it. But I think Tom Cruise said kind of recently I think it was at BAFTA, at the BAFTA Awards, maybe in Cannes or something like that, or I don't know. It was something this past year at Cannes where he was talking about how most filmmakers today don't know, actors don't know all of the other aspects of filmmaking. What is lighting like? The importance of sound, the different types of lenses, and so on and so forth, different types of cameras even, He talked about how one of his major things was to learn about all of the different aspects of filmmaking in order to become a better actor. And that's what I'm attempting to do right now, Let me learn a little bit about screenwriting. Well, what's the best way to learn about it? By doing it. All right, let me learn a little bit about producing. What's the best way to do it? By doing it. Let me learn a little bit about whatever, right? And I'm not saying I'm going to be the world's expert in these different areas, but I'll just know a little bit of something and increase my knowledge bit by bit by bit. And through time, I hope that those bits of knowledge that I apply and add to my knowledge base, I hope that they come into something much greater and fit into this larger mosaic of my filmmaking craft. So that's what I got for today. And I'm learning about the importance of process. Of my own, I think an artist should be able to pick up something and be able to feel it out, and it'll come out of them. And there's an aspect of that I think that's really important. And at the same time, I think there's just as important an aspect of having a process of how to create something. That could be a character, that could be a performance, that could be a script, that could be a production. The medium itself isn't so much as important as the knowledge that there's a process to creating art. And I find that to be really important, even if all my instincts are like, yeah, I don't want to do the process. Well, go through it. There's a reason why the professionals use the process versus just feeling it out all the time. And I'm aiming to be one of the professionals, you know? So in doing so, I gotta treat myself as such. Nonetheless, I leave it here for today. And remember to keep up, thrive, and stay sexy.